guys, I'm back with a new video. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a Starboy Carson type beat, something that you'd use in like Xman or like how you recently dropped Lost Files 3. But yeah, let's get into it. First thing I did was create this chord progression right here, and as you can see from what I highlighted, the chord progression is actually pretty simple. It's literally just 3 triads, and these little notes right here are just like accent notes that like I use to like change it up. My bad, I forgot to do that thing right there. That's how you can like spice up your chord progressions. Then I went ahead and copied the bass notes of the chord progression, and then I pasted them into this bass right here and pitched it up to like the 6th octave. And then this is my first lead right here. I pretty much just created like a really like nostalgic little pattern, but one thing I also did is go into Shaperbox and go into the break SC preset, and it just made it sound like a lot more interesting because it like panned to the left and right and changed the velocities and stuff. And now I'll play it without the Shaperbox to show you like the difference. So yeah, basically like the notes are still the same, it's still the same vibe, but the Shaperbox pretty much just makes it sound a lot more cooler and a lot more like real and less computery and synthy sounding. You know, it makes it feel like a actual human is like playing an instrument compared to like just like a computer just playing notes. And then for the hook, I added this lead right here. Once again, I did the little trick where you start out with a short note and then go into longer notes, because that makes it sound like a lot more bouncy and a lot more like cool. And then for my final pattern, I kept it really simple. I basically found these 4 notes and I repeated them for 4 bars. But then I also went into Portal and added this Dream Reflections preset, and that just made it sound like a little more vibey, you know what I'm saying? And I added that because it was such a simple pattern, so I wanted to be at least like a cool sound with like some delays and stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much the whole melody. So let's get into the drums. So here's my hi-hat pattern, and I kept it pretty simple. I just like spaced them out and, you know, added a few triplets, added some rolls and stuff. But I also clicked Alt-R and I messed with the velocity and panning a little bit just to like randomize it. And once again, that just like made it sound like more human, you know, not like a robot's playing it. Then I got the classic clap pattern. Here's my open hat. Here's my first snare, and here's my second snare. Usually I combine these 2 together, so in some parts of the beat I play this with the other snare and some parts I just play it alone. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the percussion. So yeah, let's get into the 808. So for the 808, I pretty much just follow the root notes of the melody, which is like the bottom notes of the chord progression. So I went C, A, and usually I would go E4, but it was a really low note and it just didn't sound right, so I pitched it up an octave. And yeah, I pretty much just chose a Z808, which you can pretty much find in like any drum kit. But yeah, I chose a pretty simple pattern, so here you go. All I did to my 808 was boost the EQ almost all the way up, turn it into a box shape, and turn on cut self. As for the rest of my mixing, I added the soft clipper to the master. So the chord progression and the really catchy lead that plays during the hook has this EQ. That lead with Shaperbox on it has this EQ. My bass has this EQ on it, and then that little pluck pattern with Portal on it has this EQ. So yeah, then I just went ahead and arranged the beat. I started with the verse right here, and this is just like to switch up the verse, and then here comes the hook, so I took out a little bit of the hi-hats and I played the hook. And then for the second verse, I kept the lead for pretty much all of it, and then I added the lead that was in the hook before. And then I went back into the hook again, and then a little outro with the volume going down. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole beat. If you guys enjoyed or learned something from this video, please make sure to leave a like and sub, and also comment what type of videos you want to see next. And yeah, with that being said, here's the full beat.